If today you gave me a script and I could do anything I wanted with the Star Wars project, this is the direction I would take it. Let's open up the Star Wars timeline, and we see that most of the stories take place right around here with the Mandalorian and even the Ahsoka show that's happening. I need Jedi. I understand that Order 66 happened, and we went a whole generation without them. And how do I explain one here without undermining Order 66? Well, I gotta rewind. This new character who I want to lead with was born around this period, and then when Order 66 happens, this character is 3 years old. I'm going to name the character Jeff. So Jeff is 3 years old, and the day that Order 66 happened, you know that Plo Koon guy? Remember Plo Koon? Yeah, I'm going to say that Plo Koon visited his planet and said, "Oh, we got a force sensitivity here. All right, we'll be back next week. Prepare all your belongings because you're about to be a new Jedi. Join the Order. Parents, do we have your permission? Yeah, yeah. Okay." That's the story there. So now he's 3 years old during that period. Unfortunately, the Jedi can't come to commit to their promise of picking him up, making him Jedi, even though he knows he's force sensitive. The parents know, and the whole planet or the neighborhood knows about it. They got to keep it a hush hush, right? That's an interesting concept for his childhood. I would have flashbacks, but the majority of the story is going to take place years later when he's 40. That's right, the 40-year-old Padawan. That's not what they're going to call the show, but it's what I would love to call the show. If we look back at the timeline, the character who's born here would be a 31-year-old when we get to the beginning of Mandalorian. The character would be 40 right about here. And this is where I'd start that story. After we finish whatever we're doing with Thrawn and all of this, I hope it's good. We can just pick back up with this character. And maybe Rosario Dawson can link up with him. Oh, Plo Koon, I knew Plo Koon, but I feel like this area right here, before we get even more to the right side of this timeline chart, which I got problems with, I think this is the goal of going right over here to that 40-year-old Jedi who's he knows how to move a couple of stones. He knows a little bit of something. He would pick up knowledge, read. He'd make a friend also. I would hope that that friend is an alien variety, not human being. Who I would cast for this? I don't know. Aldous Hodge. He'd be 40 if we do that in a couple years. That's my go-to request. He definitely have both of his parents still around. That's missing in Star Wars and a story that hasn't been told. And I would make the alien species something that's easy to translate to live action. So whatever prosthetics that they apply would be considering. They can make a new species, right? It doesn't got to be a Trandoshan or a Wookiee. It doesn't got to be something hard like where you got to paint your face up, all that. But if you do got to paint your face, then hey, take one for the team, whoever you are. And I would cast for my alien friend. Who would I cast? Let's see. The alien friend would probably be younger, and it would also be like a person who's got force abilities who he kind of sees in his first episode and he'd be like, "Oh, yo, you got the force too. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring you under my wing. Hey, this is what I've been able to understand and try to learn." My alien friend, actor Jamie Flatters. In Avatar The Way of Water, he played Nateam, one of the brothers. He's only 23 years old. He has experience with prosthetics and weird sort of stuff. He can emote, and he can be a perfect alien castee. In the end of this show, series, movie, they're going to link up with Cal Kestis, who, if you've been playing video games and you know who he is also a Jedi. Doesn't have the full Jedi training, but would be the perfect person to link up with. I would not kill any of these characters. I try to keep them alive for at least one more go, new season, maybe new movie, maybe trilogy sparks off. But that is the story that if you gave Chillmonger the pen, that's the direction where I go with my Star Wars fiction.